There we go. Finally, my God. Everything is complicated. Well, it has to be, actually. Yeah, it's brutal outside. January 2nd, I'm pretty sure, 2014. Projected, well, I'm sure it's like 14 degrees right now. Projected 1 degree in our area, my area, where I'm at right now in time. I had to, they call it texting, but, figure my way through this camera to get to where I can say, alright, delete everything, man, I already transferred it, I told you to delete it then too. I didn't get that. Alright, well, had to make sure it did. It ain't no use to me if it ain't doing full capacity. Well, I'm sure it's doing good enough to make babies. More of itself. And it actually takes something to make that happen. Nothingness could not do that. Oh shit, I grabbed the St. Ives. No wonder I tasted something strong. I was expecting Colt 45. Lenora Sarver. That's how I would pronounce it. Today's conversation that had value was with Lenora Sarver. It's really hard to actually see what it will be on this little screen as compared to what it looks like on the big screen. It's just a diary, I recommend it. Probably nobody gonna look at yours except Daddy. But one thing I guarantee you, if you're talking to Daddy, he's hearing you. That wouldn't be me if it was myself. At least for me. A lot of stuff goes on during the day, and it's all, we can even find evidence of us humans on stones. We did it much better on less heavy things later, but keeping track of things, to be our best, we need to be as part of something bigger than ourselves. One human can't do much. A whole bunch of us, boy, we can do a lot. Yeah. And there's always going to be something that's going to try and take advantage of that. Well, the first multi-celled organism was a plumper specimen than the one that had only one cell, so there's always parasites looking, but nonetheless. They couldn't be parasites if goodness didn't have the capability for them to chew on them, and we still do pretty damn well over time. Sitting in the insight, and yeah, I'm starting to hear myself in my head talking with this voice, and I typically don't. But the insight's got the check engine light on again, and man, that's been my biggest sword in the side of this car. It's had a lot of that, and I always was poor, and I bought it when I thought I could handle it, and then they took my manager's job away. But even so, the way I was being raised by the system, not by my mother, was bar, 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 bar. Yeah, that flopped. Even if I had stayed a manager, I would have had to drop the burden they were trying to dump on me. I'd be a different person, you know. The flow of time cannot be changed. I do believe in multiple universes. Oh boy, you know, multi-dimensional time things, of course I do. Time wizard. What is what it is. You can only see God as a little bit greater than oneself, or a lot greater than oneself, but demons can't accept it, you know. So we can, and that's why we eventually win. A lot of individuals lose, you know. Life has to begin, grow, and die. A lot of things do it in less than 2 months. Some things do it for hundreds of years. I think there's a few things that do it for a couple thousand that are actually alive that would be trees. But nonetheless, you get born, you grow, you die. What'd you learn? If you passed it on, it was better than what that before knew, then things changed. That's how we became, that's a fact. Show me I'm wrong, but nobody's going to. It's just my personal diary. Diane's in there waiting for me. This is my end of the night thing when I do it. If it's just too late and I can't have fun, I'm pretty happy with my life at the moment. So if it ain't fun to drink, I ain't doing it. I used to do it because life sucks so much. I drink just to get away from it. Now I drink for fun. If it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. I have never heard anybody else say it that way yet, but that's a good way to look at it as far as I'm concerned. I was born in the age of Aquarius. We were starting to learn things as a human race. It wasn't just schoolyard politics anymore. If you live longer than that, you can think better than that. But shit, when you're born, your only thoughts are, I need food, I gotta pee, I gotta shit. Oh, I need to be clean. You know. A lot of learning going on in there. I I like my growling voice. I don't use it too often. It's typically at the end of the night, or typically at the end of the night, unless I'm really old and it's normal. I ain't that old yet. Hoping to get there. Ever since a human saw how old one could be and still function, one has wished to at least last that long. Most of us do not. We get caught up in whatever it takes to continue what we know that isn't awful, basically. We go out of our way to alleviate a problem if someone would show us how. That has been done a lot, actually. And I call it a good thing, actually. 7 minutes. Dude's gonna need to pee in there somewhere. You know, we used to go, well, I didn't more than twice or 3 times. They used to. Drinking and driving, just cruising, smoking pot. I like doing it sitting in the car. But, you know, I had the problem that they could all drink and drink and drink, and I had to pee, and I'd drink half a bam can, and I gotta pee really bad. I was a bum scum in the car. Cool, I left. Did my business on my own 2 feet. When it came to drinking, anyhow. Yeah. Played around with a lot of crap. I actually didn't even start drinking until I was 25, 26, 27. It's hard to know, you know, that was 20 years ago. I still think about sharing now, it was fucking 30 years ago. It has nothing to do with the female, it has a lot to do with seeing eyes. Diana's actually gone. No matter how much I fucked up and how much she fucked up, together we got this done. You know, I don't have health insurance, and she's got Social Security. She worked non-stop for like as long as she could, and she couldn't. Always got to state that, because no matter how much I complain that she's a lazy person sometimes now. She says, oh, it's my tits. She doesn't say it that way. She says, my boobs, you know, they hurt my back. I might not mind losing my stomach either. You know, you can tell by it, you know. But she's definitely gonna get her boobs done, and that's covered. Damn, she earned it. You don't need them to attract a man anymore, and you don't need them to feed the babies anymore. And if they're 10 pounds apiece, that's a heavy chain to carry around your neck. They're probably like 6, nonetheless. That's a lot of weight to hang around your neck on. It's a typical thing. You don't got tits, you want big ones. You got big ones, oh my God, they hurt. They're not them, they're just fucking weights hanging on my chest. I gotta carry them around. Like I said, you know, if you're lucky enough, Diane definitely is. lucky on that one. After all she did, she's getting to experience. She gets paid, and all her medical bills are covered. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do without it either, really. You know, it's two incomes and two people. You know, I'd rather do a business, but if I can live to be 67, you know, I'll be happy to know I got it coming too. I don't think I'm going to get disabled. I don't have diabetes or nothing. Diabetes is really a cruel thing. If we do have solutions for it, this is how it's being distributed. In her time, we didn't. Yeah, even up to date, they still didn't get it right. They won't pay, the insurance won't cover both types of insulin. Only Lantus, only long-acting. You don't get short-acting. You gotta pay extra for that. It's not covered. Well, you know, it actually works. The body works on that. So I got her short-acting or quick-acting and long-acting, just like the body does. And, you know, a little trial and error and figure out what your lifestyle is, and this is what you need, and it works. Oh my God, is that like fucking amazing? I don't know how much it costs the whole system, because there's a whole bunch that make a profit on that. And they all do their profit based on what the algae are doing. The grassroots, the feet, people do the work. They're all basing everything on what you get paid. It should be, actually. It actually isn't now. But it used to be, at least for a little while in America. It actually is, but there's a lot of parasites elsewhere that also take their share, so there's less to go around elsewhere. Yeah, so she's gonna get her boobs reduced, and yeah, I'm all, like I said, I'm all cool with that. 17th or something, 19th, it's consultation. What are we gonna do, and what are you gonna, well, you don't have to pay, but whatever. She don't. What's it actually gonna feel like? What are you gonna wake up and be like, holy crap, man, half my life is gone. Well, if you, that could be if monster contraptions on hanging off your neck is no longer useful, I'm going to say, you know, like I said, if you don't need them to attract a man or feed a baby, if they're going to help you out and make you look relatively less top heavy, which feels a lot better, I'm all for it. Yeah, it's about it. 21. Well, Jeff Whitehawk might be a freak, but he does do the best that he can. Always trying to be as best he can as Christ would be. In my shoes.